Hello students, welcome to the new session today. Today we will be learning how to import the data from Mysql server to the Hadoop. So yesterday we know how to evaluate the SQL query into a server, how to get the list of databases and how to list the tables of our database through scope command. So now yesterday what we did is we try to import the we try to evaluate the database, right? So we got this output, right? So if I want to import this data. Today I want to import this data into HDFS. Wrong password. Okay, so there are 12,435 records which I want to import it into. I'll make a new table here, new folder, scope import. Okay, so if you see here, there is no data into it, right? So let's import the data from scoop, from the MySQL server scoop. Now we are using soft tool import and connect database name is util_db. Now there is a parameter called table in import soft tool. In the import soft tool you should give the table parameter with the table name. Okay, I want to import the customers table, right? And then where you want to import, so that import, and you want to keep that folder name as customers. Okay, and then here if you hit this, you will get this import done into your HDFS, and there's a cycle of scoop import. It will generate the code and it will give it to the resource manager, and that resource manager will execute the code submitted by the scoop. Here scoop is not importing the data, rather it is initiating the whole process and monitoring the whole process. The import is done by actually the slaves, or you can say your node managers. So the map reduce phase is doing, and in scoop there is no reduce phase because we are dealing with structured data. It is already been shuffled, and no need to have a reduce phase in this scoop. So you will get the reduce phase 0 always in scoop. Okay. Yeah, it says 12,435 record imported successfully. So let's check it out whether it is done or not. So there is a table called customers. Inside customers you will see 5 files. Okay, the first file is just flag, or the the process is successful, and there are four files with the name part hyphen m and in the naming conventions 5 times 0 and 4 times 0, 1 2 3. It will be upgrading, but the reason here is what this part m scoop launches default for mapper to import the data. This is the default behavior. You can change it in the command line itself, or you can configure the scoop to launch only one mapper in the default or two mapper in the default. So here it is defaultly launching four mapper. So if we see here, I want to see only top 10 records, so why should we go with all the records? If you see here, you will get the record, all those records. Okay, so now I don't want of four files because I want to get all those records in one single file. So what should we do? Here we have to control the number of mappers. So to control of mappers, there are mappers. You can write in this manner also, or simply hyphen m as well. So I am now using only one mappers. Remember, in every time you import, a new directory will be created. If the other directory already exists, you will get an error. Suppose, let us suppose this directory already exists. If you enter it, you will get an error. The error says output directory already exists, which means every time the scoop input has to be done, there should be a new directory which will be created, because in HDFS you cannot edit the thing. See, you will get file already exists exception, output directory already exists, so we will be giving one, suppose. So now the input will be done into one file into the new folder called customer1. Okay, there are also approaches where we can incrementally import the records into one single folder. We'll do that in another session, but as of now, if you are doing a fresh import, then the directory should not be there in the HDFS. Okay. Yeah. If you see here, the reduce phase is always 0, okay, and it is successfully completed. If we see here, now you will get two files. One is part hyphen mapper, it is the part of mapper data, and it is successful, right? So that is all for this session. In next session we will be talking about the different use cases of import. Okay.